And I'll say this just as clearly and directly as I can. The only thing between the United States and the abyss is the Democratic Party.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Liberal Expression. Love is in the air. It's the week of Valentine's Day, and the leftist media is trying to play matchmaker with the Democratic candidates and voters. But it's not going well. They're getting worried. The clock is ticking, and there's so many voters out there that are still unattached to a Democratic candidate.
Since Iowa, we've all got the phone calls. We've all talked to the voters. They are very concerned with the current field right now and are saying, I mean, how many panic calls? I can tell you, I get a lot of panic calls this week.
Oh, yeah?
And from people, it's funny, a lot of panicked calls and emails and texts. I got panic calls. Joe, what do we do? What are we going to, we're in desperate straits. What's going to happen?
So I was struck in Iowa and both in New Hampshire talking to voters that they felt paralyzed by their choices.
Well, the Democratic media matchmakers have figured out a way to improve these prospects. If socialism has voters swiping left, then all they need to do is repeat that anyone not named Sanders is a moderate. If you repeat that enough, surely it will magically become true.
Well, you've got more than 50%, if you combine Buttigieg and Klobuchar and some of the other candidates, are in that moderate lane.
Moderate messaging by Biden, Buttigieg, and Amy Klobuchar.
You've got more than 50% of the vote was in the moderate lane.
The moderates, former Vice President Joe Biden and former Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
He took his votes from the other two moderates in the field.
Because she's a centrist, because she's moderate, because she builds coalition. I've always thought that there could be a lane for Amy Klobuchar.
You got a moderate in second place and a moderate in third place.
I do support capitalism, but not unbridled capitalism.
Buttigieg is a moderate running as a moderate.
I would be the most progressive presidential nominee we've put forward in a generation.
Oh, but a lot of people feel that it's lying on a profile to call these candidates moderates. Not even former advisor to Barack Obama, Valerie Jarrett, is buying it.
We seem to have this split between candidates who are more on the progressive side, Bernie Sanders, and those that are on the moderate side, in the middle of the party. Is this split in the party, is it concerning for Democrats?
Not for me, Tony, and I'll tell you why. I think that if you look at the ideology, the values, the core values of the Democrats who are running, they all believe every American should have health care. It should be a right, not a privilege. They all believe in a woman's right to choose. So if you look at the core values, there's barely any difference.
There's barely any difference. The matchmaking, it's not working, but the media refuses to give up. I mean, how about that nice Buttigieg boy? He seems really moderate, and he leaves some MSNBC pundits speechless.
I was talking to his advisors. They said this is who he is. This right here, what you see on stage is Pete Buttigieg. There's nothing more. Speechless.
But that's
Von Hilliard is never speechless,
right? I mean, in a long campaign, don't you have to show that part of yourself eventually? Like, how long can you be the TV character version of yourself? And I don't mean that in a derogatory way,
but people are looking at him as oftentimes you hear, as especially these older voters who he's doing well with, is their son or the person that they want their son or daughter to be friends with or date.
I don't think Pete's so interested in dating your daughter, but you know, maybe they can convince you that that socialist guy really isn't so bad after all. I mean, let's watch MSNBC's Katie Tur grab a regular New Hampshire voter on the street to find out what they want in a primary relationship.
But I want to talk to, we have a voter out here. Sir, you were watching, so you're going to be on television now. Can you tell us who you voted for?
Donald John Trump.
You voted for Donald John Trump?
Yeah.
Look at that. Bernie Sanders is not appealing to you?
The whole ideology would be destructive to the country. It's anti-growth, it's anti-family, it's anti-American, and as a Roman Catholic, it's anti-life.
Sir, thank you so much for telling us who you voted for. We appreciate it. Let's ask these other folks over here.
That did not go as she hoped. She went looking for someone else pretty quickly, but they're trying. It's tough for the media to play matchmaker with moderates.
They're regular center-left Democrats who are not angry about the rich. They just want to be secure in their own economy and their own lives and see their kids once in a while. If that's the case, Trump is going to be tough to beat.
Yes, even on MSNBC, truth appears twice a year, but they don't like that. I mean, it could mean the end of the world. Just ask James Carville.
And I'll say this just as clearly and directly as I can. The only thing between the United States and the abyss is the Democratic Party. That's it. And if we go the way of the British Labour Party, if we nominate Jeremy Corbyn, it's going to be the end of days.
The end of days. That's what the media claims will happen if you hang out with that Trump fellow.
Our constitutional republic, literally, and the institutions in it literally are being challenged every single day by this would-be dictator. I mean, basically, that sounds tough, doesn't it? You tell me.
That's the word I was going to use.
Would Donald Trump not do whatever he could do if he could get away with it? Seriously, if he could arrest every journalist he didn't like, if he could arrest us tomorrow, let me ask you a question. Do you think he would arrest us tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't think you're that important, Joe, but clearly you think you are.
Because if you say he wouldn't, you're just lying to yourself.
Wow, that is a heck of a big head. It might need to be tampered down a bit, along with the heads of other purveyors of fake news. Heck, you can wipe your boots off on them. They do deserve it. There's a floor mat for that now. It's among the many awesome items at MRC-store.com. Check it out. Also, check out MRCTV.org. Like and subscribe to the videos. I'm Eric Shiner, and I'll see you again with more leftist media wackiness next week.